All right, so we just had another draft class in the books for the Detroit Tigers, and we're going to do a Mount Rushmore of our top MLB Tigers draft picks. So let's start it out 1-1. I'm going to start off with he's going to go down as the best pitcher in Tigers history. First ballot Hall of Famer, still currently on the team, has not made his debut again.
You absolute bastard.
I had to go 1-1. Justin Verlander, the top draft pick for the Detroit Tigers in my eyes. He is 1-1. Justin Verlander, one of the first guys like I remember coming all the way through and then making his debut. I mean, Justin Verlander led that insane rotation back in 2013 with him, Max Scherzer, Anibal Sanchez, David Price. I think maybe it was a little bit after that, but like regardless of all the different guys, when we were the absolute juggernaut that we were going to back-to-back World Series, even though we lost both of them, like he was the head of the snake there. It was Miguel Cabrera in the batting lineup, and it was JV in the pitching rotation. Sounds like you were going to go JV 1-1 as well.
For sure, man. Like not just because he's my favorite athlete of all time, like not just Tigers athlete, but yeah, JV, he's the absolute man. I think it's a great pick. 183 wins, 2,373 strikeouts, 56 WAR in Detroit. Rookie of the Year in 2006. Led us to that World Series in 2006, another one in 2012. Like obviously both losses, but still like just absolutely clawed us out of just the depths of despair. And yeah, it really just my childhood, our childhood was filled with a lot of great Tigers memories. Because of Justin Verlander. So yeah, I like that one for sure. Definitely stole a good one. Two, this is a pretty easy one for me at two. I'm going to go with Tigers legend. I'm going to go Alan Trammell, shortstop. 2,365 career hits for the Tigers, 6-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover, 3-time Silver Slugger. This guy just did it all. He even managed the Tigers for a number of years. Granted, we were kind of shit when he was the manager, but still, like he is just Tiger through and through. 20 seasons, all with Detroit, 185 home runs, 1,000 RBIs, 236 stolen bases, 70 WAR, 70 plus WAR. Guy did it all, man, including winning a World Series 1984. He was the World Series MVP. Easy 1-1 for me, at least. Alan Trammell.
Alan's a kind of a cheat code in this because, I mean, he still is with the organization. He's still in the minor league system teaching and coaching these young guys. Kevin McGonigal is said to have a lot of his success due to Alan Trammell. Tram is like the number one what you want, to draft. The 6-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove, World Series MVP, 1984 World Series, the 3-time Silver Slugger, Hall of Fame at 68 years old, still helping and just proving that was such a good draft pick. I mean, 1,000 RBIs, a 70.6 WAR, like you mentioned, is just crazy to me. Allen, that's a very, very good pick. I think that definitely deserves to be 1-2. It's very good.
Hell yeah. Just a quick recap. JV, number 2 overall pick. Trammell, 2nd round pick. So, I mean, you got some insane value there in 2nd round pick, getting a guy like Alan Trammell. My 2nd round pick, I'm just going to solidify my middle infield right now. Take an absolute legend, a guy who actually has more career WAR than Alan Trammell. I'm going with Lou Whitaker, man, second base, 1975 draft, so a year before Alan Trammell. 5th round pick, 75 WAR, 244 homers, 1,084 RBIs, Rookie of the Year. His year in 1975, 5-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glover, 4-time Silver Slugger. I do like that my middle infield, Trammell and Whitaker. I mean, these guys played together for their entire career. They actually I believe they have the most games played together of an MLB duo at like nearly 2,000 games played together.
They're such an iconic package. Lou and Tram up the middle. Lou is just absolutely insane. I thought a 70 WAR from Tram was insane. 75.1 WAR with even more RBIs than Tram. They're just a Batman and Robin, and I don't even know who would be the Robin in this. It's a Batman and Batman. Like a Batman and Superman. I so wish we were like around and like watching Al and Lou just absolutely dominating the center of your infield. That's an iconic 1-2 punch for you.
Thank you. I'm curious to know where you go here.
JV and Tram were the number ones. They had to go 1-2 no matter what. I'm gonna go Jack Morris, still also involved with the franchising organization. He's obviously involved with the announcing there every now and again. Jack Morris, 6'3".
He was on the 84 team, by the way. Ace,
he was.
Ace
Okay.
on the 84 team. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, if you can't tell, there's an obvious The best draft class we've ever had that led to the '84 World Series team. But Jack Morris, 5-time All-Star, is in the Hall of Fame as well. World Series MVP. Ended up winning the World Series 3 different times. Obviously, he jumped around to a few different teams after that. A 43.5 WAR. Ended up with 254 wins with a career ERA of 3.9. Had 549 games, 527 games saved. 3,824 innings pitched with 2,478 strikeouts. If Allen and Lou led the infield and the batting lineup for that '84 team, Jack Morris absolutely played his role with the starting lineup there. Jack Morris is going to be my second overall pick.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, Jack Morris, incredible, man. I think he was in the same Hall of Fame class as Alan Trammell's. Unfortunately, no Whitaker there. But yeah, I mean, Morris was incredible, man. Just pivotal. He's the ace on your '84 team. He was 5th round of the 1976 draft class. So yeah, you draft Alan Trammell in the 2nd round, Jack Morris in the 5th round, and the year prior you drafted Lou Whitaker, 1975, and he was your rookie of the year in 78. That's insane, dude. Jack Morris was awesome.
All right, so for my next pick, my heart is telling me one thing, but I don't know if it's going to play as well to the fans, but we're not pandering. And I also didn't want to go pitcher. So I'm going to go with Lance Parrish. Again, still part of that 1984 team, catcher. He was from the 1st round in the 1974 draft. 16th overall. He had a 39.5 WAR, 1,782 hits, had a career batting average of 252, 324 home runs. He is 8-time All-Star, 3 Gold Gloves, 6 Silver Sluggers. In my opinion, just so very underrated. Part of this team, to have an offensive catcher back then, like we talked about last week, how important it is having Dylan Dingler being an offensive-minded catcher. When you get one of those that come along, a Buster Posey, a guy like that it can change the entire team. And I think Lance being an all-time absolute cornerstone to this team. And defensively, he was, absolutely insane too. So Lance Parrish is going to be my 3rd overall pick.
Yeah, dude. Awesome pick. I was probably going to scoop him if you didn't. As a Tiger, 212 homers. I think that's most of any Tigers catcher. Yeah, 6-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove, 5-time Silver Slugger. Lance Parrish, great pick for you. I have 2 picks, right? I'm going to go with a legend here for a couple different reasons why he's a, Gridiron Report, Detroit legend. Because this guy's also a Michigan State Spartan, man. I'm going to go with my number 3 overall, Kirk Gibson, man. Drafted 1st round, 12th overall, 1978 out of Michigan State. Cool little fun fact that somehow he was also an All-American wide receiver for Michigan State.
He was insane, yeah.
And chose baseball over football. I mean, what a decision too. He would have been just a beast playing football too in the NFL. But yeah, as a Tiger, hit 273, 195 homers, 194 stolen bases. Man, he's got wheels. 1984 World Series, hit a dagger in. I think it was late in the World Series home run that more or less sealed it again.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he gave us the iconic image of him, I just did like the jumping in the air, arms in the air. Like, yeah, he was, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just an iconic personality in Tigers history.
I think the only reason why he's probably going a little bit later in this draft, one, he only spent maybe half his career with the Tigers, maybe less, I don't know. He, went on to the Dodgers. So, not doing it all for the Tigers, but still like 1979 to 87. And then again, I think he maybe finished his career with the Tigers too. But yeah, I'm going with Gibby at my number 3. And then number 4 is tough. I could go a bunch of different ways. It's tough, man. One of my favorite Tigers growing up, definitely on my list. If you don't snag him, he'll be honorable mention 100%. But I got to do it, man. Just because, one, he is our boy, 9th round pick, 2020 to present. Man, Tarek Skubal has got to be on my list, dude. 255th overall pick, back-to-back AL Cy Youngs, unanimous 2024 pitching triple crown. He went 18-4, 2.39 ERA, 228 strikeouts. Just racking up all-stars left and right. Career 3.0 ERA. He's been the best pitcher in baseball for a solid 3-year stretch now. Like we said, back-to-back AL Cy Youngs, which is not easy to do by any stretch. He can do it all. Just power pitching. His changeup is deadly. And then just the value that the Tigers got him for. Just an absolute diamond in the rough. 9th round pick, 255th overall. So I needed to have Scooby on my list, even though, we might lose him at the trade deadline, might lose him after this season. Probably will, one of those two. But at any rate, man, he's a Tigers legend, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, he was absolutely on my list. Like, I have a guy for my last pick, but if you wouldn't have taken him, it would be real tough to see him not be picked by either one of us. Even though, like you said, like he is still so young and his career might be essentially done here in Detroit. You already mentioned 2-time Cy Young, back to back. First time that was done by since like Pedro Martinez, I think. Triple Crown, 2-time All Star. Would have been a 3-time All Star this year had he not have been injured. I think he had to be on one of our lists, and just because of the short termness of it, you can't fault the guy on it. So I like that pick for sure.
And you got one more, man.
Yeah, my last pick. Oh, there's so many guys left. We're gonna have a good honorable mention. My last pick for all-time Detroit Tigers draftees. I mean, say what you want about him. He's a hell of a player. Arguably one of the best players of all time at his position. Not the best, in my opinion. I'm going to go the Detroit Tigers draftee 2014 in the 37th round, one Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes, Detroit Tigers draft pick out of the University of Texas Tech. Say what you want. He changed the position of QB. He's the only QB for the Detroit Tigers. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Look at the yards that he's thrown, the touchdowns he has. I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes with my last pick for the all-time Detroit Tigers draft picks.
Wow, yeah, 37th round, 2014 MLB Draft, Pat Mahomes. I always forget this. If we have a fan vote on who's winning, I don't know if that's going to help you or hurt you. Well, it probably will help you somehow, but
I mean, let me just ask you one question. Which of your draft picks last year had 3,587 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions? Did any of your draft picks have 68.5 QBR last year?
None of mine did, and none of my draft picks made it to, 4 consecutive Super Bowls like Mahomes did. So,
bingo.
Yeah, you got me there. You definitely got me there. Closest that I'm coming is, Kirk Gibson in college catching touchdowns.
Which is pretty good. Yeah, awesome. He was sick as a receiver.
Oh man, good one. Okay, so just to recap, you went Justin Verlander, Jack Morris, Lance Parrish, and then Pat Mahomes. And on my Mount Rushmore, Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, Gibby, and Tarek Skubal. We're gonna put it to a vote. Follow us on all socials. Vote this week.
Yeah, we'll put it out on all forms of social media. You have any honorable mentions you want to get to?
Yeah, let's get to honorable mentions. Curtis Granderson, one of my favorite Tigers growing up. I think he only spent probably 6 seasons with the Tigers, and then he probably played for more than half the league throughout the rest of his career. I swear every year he was just, bouncing to another team, but he was just one of my favorites. Another big reason why, we were in the World Series in 2006 and the team's turnaround. So yeah, I had him for sure. Riley Green, He just hasn't done quite enough yet to be on my Mount Rushmore, but probably he's deserving of an honorable mention. First round pick, number 5 overall.
If Riley was on my list, 3-time All-Star, back-to-back, first time since Miguel Cabrera. That deserves something. I have Dan Petrie, still very much within the organization. He's also doing a lot of commentary stuff. I think Peach deserves to be on there. I have Travis Fryman, who I think it's a lot of times I feel like people don't know a lot about Travis Fryman, myself included. Travis Fryman's name comes up a lot as before we've had this resurgence of like Riley Green, Torque, like these guys that we had high draft picks on. Travis Fryman was for a long time the greatest position player we drafted. He was drafted in 1987 in the first round, 30th overall. For a long time, like our last position player all-star with, Travis Fryman, or the last time like a rookie position player did this, it was Travis Fryman, 5-time all-star, gold glove, silver slugger. I think he's a guy that just kind of gets swept under the rug a lot that I think deserves a little bit of flowers. So I have Travis Fryman.
Just real quick on Fryman, 85 dingers, 300 RBIs, and 300 runs before turning 26. So yeah, you mentioned like the first Tiger since Fryman to do X at a young age. Al Kaline, Riley Green are two guys that have also done that. So yeah, Fryman was awesome for the Tigers.
I think a few other kind of in the same vein as Patrick Mahomes, and like technically they were drafted. We had Ozzie Smith, who was technically drafted by the Tigers, and then said, I'm good, went back to college, came back the next year, was drafted, and then obviously went on to have a Hall of Fame level career. You have guys like Andrew Miller, another guy that technically was drafted by Detroit and then went through our minor league system. Andrew Miller ended up being just absolutely a lights out pitcher, was a draft pick of the Detroit Tigers. First round, 6th overall back in 2006, a 2-time All-Star, ALCS MVP. He has ended up having a fantastic career with the Yankees and the Indians at the time. Andrew Miller, just an absolute flamethrower who we drafted and then traded away and then ended up tormenting us for years.
For sure, dude. Another big name, Bobby Higginson, just a stud.
You made that up. You made that up.
Yeah, not necessarily love in Detroit, but still, like you gotta mention his name. Rick Porcello, another absolute stud who. He won a Cy Young after he left. Famous for getting in that fight with, I think, the Red Sox, who I think he won his Cy Young with the Red Sox. But yeah, the Tigers are pretty decent at drafting, man. There's some talent for sure.
Yeah, and who knows, when it's all said and done, you could be looking at a Kevin McGonigal on that list. He's obviously had an absolute stellar start to his career. Who knows if Cameron Flukie, the latest guy to be added to the Detroit draftees list, is going to make his way onto this list in 20 some years. Some other kids are going to be doing a podcast about the Tigers' best draft picks, and Flukie might be on there. So it was a little bit of fun. Again, we'll put this out on social media, so take a look at both teams. Let us know who you think won. We'll come on next week and let you guys know what the results were.